We're working with the plastic bag with Castor today. So he's seen the flag, it's like the bandana bag. So it's like made out of cloth. It's gonna look different and sound different, but it's very similar. It's just that first step that I show them, just to like introductory before I show them the plastic can, because the plastic can scare a lot of horses. So I want to make sure he sees it and I have some distance from him and he's following it. So he followed it, he just went and stood next to the mounting block, so he's not super concerned about it. I let him sniff it and give him a treat. So I just want to put it kind of to his side, to his shoulder, so he can like look at it. So he went and moved his head toward it. I'm gonna click and feed him, and you can't really see because his body's in the way there, but that's what's happening there. I don't want to just shove it under his nose. I'm pulling it out to the side so that he can come to it. It's not coming to him. And he wasn't super concerned about it, so I went ahead and just touched him on the neck. A lot of horses, this is not going to go this quickly. Castor's seen the other flag. He's been desensitized to other things. Nothing's chased him. Nothing's worried him. Like, it's all done in small little pieces, so he has really no reason to fear new things. So he's pretty cool with all of that. Oh, a little scared. But really, like, every experience with a new thing, he's getting reward for it. So he sees the world differently because he's not being chased with it. It's not scary to him. So, like, they'll still be scary in a context of this is a new object, but he's starting to associate new objects equal good things. So he sees something new, oh, might be a little afraid, because that's just how horses are wired. But now he's being conditioned to see new objects. Okay, maybe I could get a reward for that. And then they just kind of get a lot more used to them. So, and there'll still be like little jumps here or there. Like, I probably could have gone a little bit slower than this. And you can tell that because in the very beginning, like I go from him looking at it to like me touching him with it, we could have just moved it around his body and made sure he's okay with its proximity on all of his body parts before I start touching him with it. And then you can see with his reaction when he had that little jump there that he was worried about it touching him in that place or making that sound or both those things. So, but overall, this is how I would do it. I definitely would do it a little bit slower, but he's handling it quite well. He's standing pretty relaxed now, and he's pretty used to the sound and the movement of it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I probably would have done some more of him following it and clicking and treating when he's looking at it, and then him touching it while it's moving away from him before I started actually putting it on him. But he's handling it pretty well, so not too bad. And I like that he's at liberty, he's in the arena, or in the around pen, so he could run to the other opposite corner if he wanted to. The goal is to read the body language and make sure that that doesn't happen, but he could and he has the freedom to do so, more so than if he would have a halter on. So, um, you can tell he's a little bit worried here because when I take that bag away, you can kind of see his body language relax and he kind of leans down. When I'm touching him with it, he kind of is leaning away and he's a little tight. So you want to take that into consideration and pay attention to that with your horse. So and it's also good here that I'm giving him a break to just chew his food and hang out before I just stick it on him again immediately. So that was better. And I like that he's kind of following it there. He followed it and turned his head to the side, so that's a good sign. You want to be really careful that you're not putting the bag like directly under their nose or under their front feet or under their belly too soon because that's where you're going to get kicking, striking out, rearing, running it over. We don't want any of that. So I've showed it to him both sides and had it touch him both sides. I'm just going to move it around a little bit. Now I probably should have done this before I started touching him with it, but I'm just moving that up and down a little bit, and then if he's just going to stand there and be relaxed, then I'm going to click and reward. And again, I probably could have started by not moving the bag that high up, not adding that much movement, just kind of moving it up and down maybe a couple inches off the ground and clicking while it's moving, and then going ahead and giving him a treat. So like the outcome of this exercise was good, but I could have done it a little bit more thoroughly and slower so that we don't have a ton of tension, but so we'd have less, and then we wouldn't have that spook that you've seen. So um, that's just kind of me critiquing myself a little bit too, because I'm like, I would have done this a little bit better now. So, But I mean, I like that he's wanting to stand here next to the block and he wants to kind of participate here, so I do like those things. But you could tell when I started moving it there, he raised his neck up and he was just tense in his body. So again, should have started moving that bag slower and not quite so high, and then kind of built up to that height over time. This is better. I like that he's looking at the bag and he's interacting with it a little bit. Like he's not pretending it's not there, he's not running away. He looks less tense. So again, I would have not continued moving the bag so much, but at the time I was trying to add in a little bit negative reinforcement. But overall, not too bad, and I'm just gonna put it away for the day.